The Leo and Danny show.
Mudflap takes GHB.
Yes, well, I don't think he takes it, but he does. He was very, very clear that he could get GHB this weekend, which is also very concerning for someone of his size.
We're going to talk about Mudflap a little bit too. We have Cigar Guy coming in. Him, me, and King Croc went to dinner at Barney's Beanery, and it was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable experience. Not King Croc. Mudflap is now banned from Barney's Beanery for life. And King Croc has at least 2 waitresses who think he's the creepiest guy on the planet.
Minimum. That sounds very true, very accurate.
Yeah.
I went on a shoot with Mudflap. He invited me out. He was like filming a town by my house. My God, that was the most horrendous experience I have ever been on filming.
Let's get back to it in a second. I just got to make sure the door's locked. 1 second. I got to make sure. What were you saying? Filming with Mudflap? I filmed with Mudflap 2 days this weekend, too.
He was very controlled this week, and I think it's because he was around you. He felt a need to display his worth, if so. But yeah, going to Hemet with him to film was horrendous, dude.
Why? I know he maced himself, which is legendary. You can see that on his YouTube channel.
That's true. I left before that happened because I just couldn't stay around anymore. So
was he too fucked up?
Dude, yeah. Like, he just progressively got more and more fucked up in a matter of like 2 or 3 hours. And it just was not listening. Like, I was trying to give him tips like, dude, let's go do this. This sounds like a good place. Every time I would give him like, let's try to get a little bit of content for no, he would just go and ruin it. Like,
go and ruin it? What do you mean?
Like, he would do he wouldn't even, whatever he had planned was not, I think the alcohol was getting to him, because I've watched a couple of his videos and some of them like I can get through.
Whoa, Iggy.
Yeah.
I'm taking a jab at the Mudflap content right here.
Well, I've already talked to him about it, and he knows where I stand. I told him, if you're going to do 60-minute videos, maybe let's not do every video a 60-minute video.
Okay, they're too long. But I will say that he paid the karmic price for not listening to you.
No.
By sitting on his own bear mace and having it spray him in the face.
Very much so. We got there, we pulled up, we meet at this little farmer's market, and he's like, I got like 6 hours of footage of messing and talking to homeless people. I was like, all right, well, you got your homeless people footage. Let's go find something else. Let's go find what there is to do in Hemet. Because, I mean, I don't go to Hemet. It's a shithole. Terrible place. So we're at this farmer's market, and we're not even recording. We're just deciding what we're going to do.
Sure.
Donnie's with me, my girlfriend. She goes up to one of the booths and just like looking at something she's generally interested in, while me and Mudflap and his cameraman are like convening what we're going to do. And Mudflap just goes up to the booth she's at and then just like almost goes nuclear and just starts talking shit to the guy while he's probably about a good buzz level right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
no cameras rolling.
No cameras are rolling. My girlfriend's right there buying something. And then his cameraman goes up right immediately after my girlfriend to buy something. And it's funny because you could tell that the dude's, I think it was CBD oil he was selling, but the guy selling it was just so done with Mudflap before he even like started talking that he charged his cameraman twice what he charged my girlfriend for the same bottle. Actually, a weaker bottle of CBD oil.
Well, that might be illegal, so the fault comes back to him regardless.
No, it's completely illegal.
Mudflap, I just the alcohol, I think, and I can't get mad at him because he was doing the same shit. I mean, again, I want to have Cigar Guy here to help tell the story because Cigar Guy was there. Austin, I'm still getting a lot of echo on this. I don't know what it is. It doesn't sound the same. But Mudflap, yeah, he was getting into it with pedestrians. He was getting into it with the management at Barney's Beanery, and I can't really get mad at him though because that's pretty hilarious. Honestly,
it's great.
Another guy who did that was John Bravo TV, who's another YouTuber who used to be in the whole Cassidy Campbell clan, and I remember filming with Cassidy Campbell and John Bravo TV in Arizona in 2019. And John Bravo TV, when Cassidy Campbell and I were just walking side by side, we look over our shoulder. He's in the parking lot mouthing off to a random man in his 70s. And the guy in the 70s calls the cops. And the cops come into the Walmart looking for us later when we're trying to film a bit.
That sounds like Mudflap. We finally found some kids to talk to, whatever. I had to go and diffuse every situation because Mudflap was, my God. RDRing the situation, essentially just ruining every
Rat Dick Ralph
in the situation, going crazy. And I'm like, dude, calm down. Like, if you're gonna go nuclear, at least make it funny. Go in like a shop, go get kicked out of somewhere.
Yeah.
No, we found one homeless guy that he looked prime. He was pushing a like doll baby stroller with nothing in it. He was for sure homeless. And I was like, let's go up to him, let's offer him a beer, let's chat. Within seconds of going up to him, he just explodes. Like,
Mudflap
you son of a bitch, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Mudflap says that to the homeless guy.
Yeah, and I was like, dude,
he was threatening to beat up a man
like
without
going
shelter.
explosive on. I was like, dude, why are you going explosive? He's like, I don't know, I was just trying to do Danny Mullen style. I was like, dude,
Danny Mullen does dislike homeless people, so he was kind of spot on there.
But I just felt there would have been a better opportunity to make fun of the homeless person and then go nuclear in the local. It was like I think it's called a Family Dollar. It's like one of the bigger shops in the town.
Yeah, the trick to fucking with homeless people, and we'll consult with Garrett Garcia over here, a real life homeless person, is you got to sucker them in, make them think you like them, and then tear their heart out.
Yeah, have a slight conversation. No, he just like we said, hey, not even 5 steps later, he's going crazy. And I mean, I don't. You guys, you're a little bit bigger, but I mean, Mudflap's 6'4", 300 and some pounds. That's a pretty intimidating guy.
If anybody out there wants to learn how to mess with a homeless person, they need to do no more than watch American Psycho. Because what does Patrick Bateman do to that bum in the alley? He first comes over,
baits him in,
asks about who he is, what he used to do, offers the man a job. I believe his name's Al, the bum, and then pulls some money out of his wallet. Maybe this is in the novel and not the movie, but after the bum's about to grab it, Patrick Bateman pulls the money away, puts it back in his briefcase, tells Al, I just don't have anything in common with you, and then proceeds to stab him in the face and stomp out the homeless man's dog too. So 2 people died in the alley, and it was all made possible because he had that honey approach. And
I totally agree. I was trying to tell Mudflap, you got to go in. If you're going to go explosive, I get it, but you still got to set up the explosive. You can't just go in like, you can't just throw a grenade blindly. Yeah,
absolutely. You might kill your own men. And in this case, he really pissed off Inlanigi.
Well, I mean, at that point, I was just like, all right, dude, So I tried to have him save the bit, and I was like, all right, what you're going to do is go into this Chinese food restaurant, order a shit ton of food because you're fat, and just fucking throw it, spill it, do some dumbass shit.
Genius! What happened?
Donnie and I had to explain to him and his camera guy how his camera guy should hold the camera secretly in order for him to capture that.
Well, he's new.
He has a film degree.
We've talked about this. That doesn't apply to handheld camcorders. So, King Croc and Mudflap. And I will say this. I totally like those guys.
Yeah.
And also, they weren't sober, so their behavior can't really be attributed to them. Yeah. I saw Mudflap, on top of him drinking all day in the limousine, I saw him take swigs of Jack Daniels in the car while we were walking into the restaurant. He ran back, popped open the door of your Tesla, and started chugging Jack. So he was nearing blackout, and King Croc wasn't that far behind.
No. Yeah, not at all. I mean, but that's what Mudflap is. That's his entity.
Alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol, yeah.
Alcohol is his daemon.
Yeah, and he constantly says he doesn't drink much.
Oh, he does.
I've been hearing that a lot lately. Yeah. Leo was saying that recently, too. Nico was saying that recently. I was like, guys, the last 3 nights I've been with you, you've had 5 or more drinks. It's very strange, right? That I don't drink very much. People are in denial about their alcohol intake.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink at all, so it's like I'm witnessing it occur. And it's like I keep track of it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you're drinking, man.
Cigar guy.
Yeah.
It started out here, actually. Iggy gave me a big hit of his pipe, and the first thing he said before he gave it to me was, don't die. And, of course, I didn't listen to him. I took way too big of a hit, and I was coughing my lungs up.
Wow.
You saw me when you were out on the doorstep when you showed up. I was high. I was afraid to go to dinner with you guys because a social situation scared me, and my instincts were totally right because King Croc and Mudflap were drunken buffoons who mortally embarrassed me the entire meal.
It was so embarrassing. It was brutal, man.
We get there. We're at the Barney's Beanery on Santa Monica, which is famous for Quentin Tarantino writing Pulp Fiction there, you showed me. Janis Joplin signing the ceiling before she died.
Yep. Jim Morrison pissing on the bar.
Jim Morrison's urine is in the wood. This place is right in the middle of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Or was it West Hollywood?
It's West Hollywood.
Somewhere. It's right up beneath the hills, which is the most hectic part of LA.
Yeah.
Constant traffic and bums and transvestites and movie stars and Prada stores. It's out of control. It's everything you picture when you think of LA. So we're there, and I guess it starts to become clear that these two men we're with are going to be struggling the whole meal when King Croc starts hitting on her smoking hot waitress. Heavy. I don't exactly imagine I don't remember rather his opening line.
I can't either.
But I just remember King Croc's move was to tie all the meal descriptors or the dish descriptors into hitting on the girl. So he's like, I noticed right here it says on this tuna melt sandwich that the tomato is extra juicy.
Yeah.
Are you extra juicy too?
Yeah, he ordered the Juicy Lucy, and he asked, can I have that extra juicy? And I was just like, no, dude.
And this girl is smoking hot.
Yeah.
Really good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Really socially attuned.
Yeah.
The kind of girl where those lines are going to fall flat.
Heavy, yeah.
And she is going to go into the back and start talking shit about our table to the entire staff.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. But we could finish it with the King Croc being a flirtatious playboy.
Let's finish it with Mudflap.
Yeah.
Mudflap, I knew these guys were getting unruly when they started heckling people walking by when you guys were having a smoke break in front of Barney's.
Yeah.
This dude walks by who looks not even like Leo, just has long hair and glasses pretty much.
And a big fur coat on.
And Mudflap clearly trying to punk the guy out, and the guy was a doll. The guy walked by me and I kind of got in his way. I said, oh, I'm sorry, man. He's like, oh, no problem. No, I hope you're having a good day. Just the nicest guy you can imagine.
Yeah.
He walks by us while everybody's smoking. Mudflap looks over. Hey, what's up, fucking Leo?
Yeah.
And the guy's with his girlfriend, and the guy looks at me like, hey, I thought we were cool. Why are you guys being douches?
It's so fucking embarrassing. I had to walk inside.
I walked away too.
Yeah.
That is exactly how it went in him.
And then after that, we get into our booth again. We resume dining. The meal wraps up. We all pay. We're all walking back out to the Tesla. Mudflap goes to the bathroom. I actually was in the bathroom with him when the first part of this happened. He says, Danny, some bitch, manager's trying to get me to wear a mask. He's being a real fucking bitch. And well, you know, they let us in, if you'll remember, Mudflap, without masks. You told them you didn't have a mask and they let us in. They were very accommodating. So you should have just told the manager that you didn't have a mask. He's like, no, fuck that, some bitch. He goes back out there, and I guess the manager asks again, and Mudflap flips him off, calls him a cocksucker, and then tries to storm out, but the manager heads him off and tells him he's now banned from every Barney's Beanery in Los Angeles.
Damn.
And then he came out to us and he's like, are you guys local? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, are you with that big guy out there? And we're like, yeah. And he's like,
That guy looks like Hagrid from the Harry Potter series.
He's like, well, he's not ever allowed here again. You make sure to tell him that. And then he said it was his coming out party. He was calling him a queer.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on that.
I know, he was trying to roast him.
That seems a little presumptuous. We better not let Mudflap hear about that. Mudflap will drive.
No,
back
I
and
told him.
burn that place down.
Remember, I told him when we were in the car, and then he's like, "Oh, that son of a bitch can say whatever he wants."
Except for wear a mask. Apparently, he's not allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Mudflap, though, is now banned. And what else was I getting at? I forget what I was saying. We went to go see Morrissey's house after that, though.
Yeah, that was cool.
We went and scoped out where the Moore Man lives.
Wasn't it Mudflap who didn't know who Morrissey was this weekend?
I'm sure a lot of people.
No, it was King Croc. King Croc also didn't know that.
Mudflap. There's no way Mudflap knew who Morrissey was either, though.
Well,
yeah,
it was only. I'm not gonna say everyone's name, but
Mudflap only listens to Hank Williams III. He listens to the
not even the OG Hank.
Not even Junior. Not even Junior.
the third.
And I guess the third, just all of his songs are about cocaine and heroin.
and weed
that's so
and
sad.
fucking hookers.
But yeah, Mudflap didn't know whose house we were looking at. But Morrissey, a beautiful 1930s era house right up in the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, a lot of his songs are about ugly modern houses, so it figures he's in an old place like that.